thing. I'm just saying those same people who are screaming to get booster shots when they don't need them necessarily are the same people who would have berated somebody for ignoring the plight of, say, some African village somewhere who has no idea that there's a shot available to them to prevent COVID.
There are logistical problems with sharing the shot. I think that we've dive. We have gone into
We
it
have talked about
before.
it,
yeah, like just supply problems. Like if we got it to the African village, it would be expired by the time it got there, or
And remember, if you donate, if Pfizer, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, any of these places that's making these vaccines, if they donate these doses out of the goodness of their heart to these other places where vaccine rates are super low, they ain't making any money on it.
Right.
Whereas if you could somehow convince regulators in the United States that boosters are necessary, the government's going to pay for those boosters. So your option of either making money off of boosters or giving the shots to the first-timers, you're going to make a lot more money on those boosters. So that's just something to keep in mind. I'm not saying don't get your boosters. Do what the hell you want. All right. But let's not stop thinking about other people in the world.
The president is going to meet with the Pope. We'll talk about the papal visit when we come back. Is papal on Chris Little's list of things you can't say?
Oh, probably.
Probably.
Yeah. He also doesn't like, there's another word for it. Papal? No.
Pontiff.
Pontiff, that's what it is. Yeah. Gary and Shannon will continue.
Look at me with the God knowledge.
New words.
Bible. I'm just going to say words like cross, pew.
Layla Muhammad has an update on the news. What's going on?
I tried to search Chris Little's band words. I don't see papal on the list.
Oh, okay.
But Nikki says it probably will be frowned upon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do some news, shall we? An FDA advisory panel has voted to recommend Moderna COVID-19 vaccine booster shots for seniors and other high-risk groups. The Port of LA says there are 12 days worth of ships waiting offshore to dock and unload. The port is going to operate around the clock to clear that record backlog. And the Los Angeles Dodgers will face the San Francisco Giants in the decisive fifth game of the National League Division Series tonight. We're checking out traffic on the 105 next.
Interest rates have been at all-time lows, and you're going to hear a lot of conflicting information about what that could mean for you.
So the team at True Mortgage wants to show you how affordable a true loan can be and how much it may cost you each month.
Yeah, if you got a $300,000 loan and you're paying anything over $1,250 a month, call True Mortgage right now, 833-66-FASTER, or go to TrueNow.com. See what they can do to make that monthly payment lower and more affordable.
You heard that right. $1,250 per month on a $300,000 loan. It is true. They can help get you into a super affordable monthly payment and help you immediately.
Maybe you have a $400,000 loan. To do the math, just add another $400 per month, and it's simple. Even easier payments, but as the chairman of the Fed has said, rates are going to go up. You want to call today.
Call True Mortgage 833-66-FASTER or go to TrueNow.com. That's 833-66-FASTER or dial pound 250 and say that keyword, True Mortgage.
Sign on the line. GBA True Mortgage is a fair housing lender. NMLS 1626699. The following example is a 30-year term at 2.625% on a loan amount of $300,000 with a 50% LTV. Primary residence only and with a 740 FICO score.
Get your news with Newsy, the only 24/7 news network that's free, using your TV's digital antenna or your favorite streaming device. Newsy is the essential, relevant journalism you've been searching for. Solid facts without the opinion. Learn more at newsy.com.
Sunny skies, highs in the 70s and 80s. This report brought to you by Newsy, the only free 24/7 over-the-air news network. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, we make it easy. A stall on the 105 in Downey.
Eastbound side of the 105 freeway, just beyond Bellflower Boulevard, and that's the stalled car in the far left lane. So you're going to see a tough ride starting back at the 710. It does stay slow, though, actually, out over to the 605 if you're heading into Norwalk. Meanwhile, problems continue if you're heading into the Vernon area, northbound 710 just before Atlantic Bandini. That's where a bunch of styrofoam was dropped in the two left lanes, so things are a real crawl coming away from Imperial. Northbound side of the 110, that's going to slow down just beyond the 105 on over to about the 101. And it looks like on the southbound side of the 110 freeway, Vernon dealing with some debris here in lane, so that's going to be a backed-up ride coming away from the 10. And things are slowing down southbound 215 as they're coming out of the Grand Terrace area from just about Washington on over to just before the 215 due to an earlier car fire. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jay Owens.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Is finding the right candidate slowing you down? Cut straight to You're Hired with Indeed. Their hiring platform makes it easy to attract, screen, and interview candidates all in the same place. To find your next great hire, visit Indeed.com/credit.
Hey, it's Conway here. Know why I got a whole house water filtration system from Purigan Water? Because I don't want to wonder if my family's tap water is safe. No more wasting money on bottled water, no plastic bottles to recycle, and no more visits to the chiropractor's office because you're lifting 5-gallon bottles of water or 40 pounds of salt. No calcium buildup on faucets or shower heads, and that alone is worth it. Purigan extends the life of your water heater. Stay gone with this clean water. Purigan Water offers free lifetime service. No one else can make that claim. The system takes up a little tiny amount of space. So let's get Purigan, California's preferred whole house water filtration system. And for a limited time, when you buy a whole house system, you get the 6-stage alkaline drink system for free. 844-80-WATER. 844-80-WATER. That's P-U-R, again, water.com. Sounds long, but the water's right. 844-80-WATER.
The Purigan man is your best friend to make the water pure.
Concerned about COVID Clinic can help. With multiple locations throughout SoCal, COVID Clinic offers testing for schools, businesses, or travel with no cost to patients. Testing available and rapid results that can detect the Delta variant. Results usually available within an hour. And if you test positive, COVID Clinic can help you find treatment. Even if you're vaccinated, you can still contract COVID, especially during the holiday season. Find your nearest location at covidclinic.org. That's covidclinic.org.
This is your moment. The first of many moments as a new father to come that really do matter. Moments you'll never forget, and moments you'll never get back. This is your moment to put in the work where it really counts. At home with your newborn. Paid Family Leave can provide new fathers up to 8 weeks of partial wage replacement to bond with your new baby. This is your moment. Take it. To learn more, visit CaliforniaPaidFamilyLeave.com. Moments matter.
Hey, Team Sharp, have you still not gone solar? Let me help clear up the misconception. Solar doesn't cost you money. It saves you money. And it doesn't matter where your panels are made. It matters who makes them. And those $29.95 solar specials, they're not what's going to end up on your home. Sunlux left all of that behind to build a company that does solar better. Time for solar. It's time for Sunlux. Get started today at sunlux.com. That's sunlux.com. CSLB 1008374.
Looking for your next investment? Want to cash out of stock market risk and volatility? Here are 8 reasons to consider NRIA's proven real estate development fund. Monthly cash flow payouts of 10% annualized and bonuses to 21% target. We strategically locate in lower risk, high demand areas people are moving to. New construction is short on supply. Real estate affords diversification and safety from stock market risk and volatility. We have substantial property assets selling out every month supporting your investment. Our short and long-term strategy provides for steady returns today and major upside targets. Our buildings are socially responsible, environmentally friendly, and pandemic hardened. We are an industry leader with a 15-year proven track record. Hedge against inflation and receive steady cash flow. Start your due diligence at nria.net or call 800-800-1414. That's 800-800-1414.
An offer of securities is only made by the NRIA Private Placement Memorandum. Read it first. Past performance does not guarantee future results. NRIA is a real estate development firm. Learn more at NRIA.net.
I woke up and then I had a mediation.
Wow, what a shock I'm involved in litigation.
The first offer was made 25 cents on the dollar.
And he said, would you like to respond?
And I said, yeah, absolutely. I want you to go back to the defendants. Mr. Handler's response is, and then grab your crotch and say, fight me.
Bill Handel, mornings from 6 to 10
They totally switched.
on KFI.
Are you checking the TV ad? This don't mean to bring static. Clean up your grandma's house. Grab the backseat fan, they get loud.
We don't have bad shows. Victor.
At one time we went down the list of the largest buildings by square footage. That wasn't one of the highlight shows that we have.
Well, that was a joke.
Yeah.
No, that was a super segment, I think. Right? Wasn't it? I
Yes,
think
it was. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dark day.
We have a lot coming up still. We're going to be talking about technology. Mark Saltzman is going to join us in just a little bit after 1 o'clock. We got some strange science stories coming up, and we are in the middle of Swamp Watch and talking about what's going on in D.C.
Doing the segment standing up is going to erase the 3 s'mores you put down your maw in a matter of 2.5 minutes.
Okay, to be clear, it's 2.5 s'mores, and I needed to take a break because I did legitimately start sweating.
Yeah, I know.
So,
The
you're
president...
so much better.
No, I say I know because I know. I have personal sweating history.
Pawn them off to the children in here. You really think that kid needs more sugar? Come on.
You can, right?
President Biden will meet with Pope Francis at the Vatican October 29th. He will be in Europe for 2 high-profile global summits. Biden and Francis will discuss working together on efforts grounded in respect for fundamental human dignity, including ending the pandemic, tackling the climate crisis, and caring for the poor. No, I don't think that's on the docket.
The president has been on the same side of a lot of the issues as the Pope has, climate change, economic disparities. The question of whether or not he should receive communion, however, was likely to come to a boil when the bishops hold their annual meeting in November. That has set off sort of an awkward thing where you get your finger in the collar and you go, not just between Biden and the Catholic Church, but between Francis and Catholic leaders here in the United States.
Well, I think that's what communion in Washington, where the Archbishop, Cardinal Wilson Gregory, believes the communion could not be denied even when there are philosophical disagreements. I didn't even know that this was a thing, that if you believe in abortion rights, you wouldn't get communion in some places.
I don't know enough about the Catholic Church to say what rises to the level of you not receiving communion and not, but abortion is one of those issues that the Catholic Church has been, they don't mess around. It's not like they go, hey, I, Francis, or whatever his real name is, he doesn't say, I don't believe in it, but you can do what you want. That's not how the Catholic Church works. They come up with a doctrine, they come up with a policy, and you, as a believing Catholic, are supposed to follow that policy. That's why
there's Catholics, and then there's Catholic lights, and then there's Catholic you only go if you go to a funeral or Christmas or Easter or something like that.
Marry and bury Catholics.
Yeah.
When you marry people and you bury people.
There are people that follow the rules strictly, but there are other people who I know receive communion who believe in a woman's right to choose.
But I would say that, again, I'm from the outside. I'm not a Catholic. I know Catholics. Some of my favorite people are Catholics, but
I know
I would
many Catholics.
I know all kinds of Catholics.
Great water Catholics.
But if you are a devout Catholic, with any religion, I mean, this is not a matter of Catholicism being different or strange in this way. A devout Catholic would say somebody who receives communion but also believes in abortion is not a real Catholic. But it would be the other way. I mean, it could be any faith, there's people that are not as on fire for it as others.
I don't think so. I mean, I have Eucharistic ministers in my family, very Catholic people, and I don't think that they would say that you shouldn't get communion if you don't believe in the entire Catholic Church doctrine. I just don't think that they would. I mean, I've never brought it up, but I will. You know what? At the next family gathering, I will sit down at the table and I'll say, all right, Uncle Steve, let's do it. Abortion. Do I get communion or not?
You should line up a series of shot glasses and little crackers. Yeah. And for everyone that he's like, nah, that's okay, you can have that one.
I'll text him right now. See what he says.
Steve Bannon is now the subject of a subpoena. This is going to be an interesting plan. When Steve Bannon worked at the White House in 2017, he left in August of that year. He was not an executive branch employee in the lead up to or even on January 6th. So while the House committee that issued him a subpoena has now changed it to a criminal complaint against him, the question is whether or not he could be part of of executive privilege, or he could claim executive privilege and not give over information to the House committee. This is going to be an interesting way that this plays out. The development sets up this legal battle between former President Trump's claims of executive privilege and the House committee, which is trying to figure out exactly what energy and effort former President Trump put into the January 6th riots at the Capitol. And this, I'm hoping, this is one of those things that goes to the Supreme Court. This is one of the reasons we do have a Supreme Court, is to figure that out.
The last thing I texted my uncle, who's the Eucharistic minister.
By the way, he is a forgiving man, I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The last time I texted him, I was trying to impress him with my knowledge of Habakkuk
Oh,
and the complaint.
right.
Yeah, that's my last correspondence. And now this text is, if you support a woman's right to choose, you still get communion.
Interesting.
We'll see what he says.
Let's see what he says. All right, coming back. We got J-Nat, right? Yeah. Jacob? Yeah. I almost call him Josh. There's a lot of J names in this world. And Jacob and Josh are both biblical names.
Yes,
So,
yes. It's the book of the beginning.
very we'll
Isn't
continue
Jacob
after
in
this,
the first book?
which is called
The First Testament. The original.
the first book of the First Testament. It's called.
Genesis.
There you go.
Phone, car radio, smart toaster, we don't care how you listen, just that you do.
KFI.
KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Booster approved. I'm Layla Muhammad, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. An FDA panel has unanimously endorsed booster shots for some people who got Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine. A lower dose booster would be recommended for people older than 65 and others in high-risk groups or settings. Advisory Committee member Dr. Paul Offit says he's opposed to a booster for all age groups because the original two-dose regimen offers great protection against COVID-19.
And I just think that we continue to send wrong messages out there by using terms like breakthrough and by making people feel that they're not protected unless they've gotten a third dose.
The FDA panel was set to talk tomorrow about booster shots of Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine. Final decisions on both companies' boosters are expected next week. And a study by the National Institutes of Health has found getting a COVID booster of a different brand than your original dose will work just as well as staying with the same brand of vaccine. The study says it might even be better for people who got the Johnson & Johnson dose because it increases their level of COVID antibodies. News brought to you by Pacific Coast Termite. LA City Councilman Mark Ridley Thomas has been indicted on federal charges of bribery and conspiracy.
The 20-count indictment alleges Ridley Thomas used his position as a county supervisor in 2017 and 2018 to push through contracts that would benefit the University of Southern California